Hello, welcome to another episode of my Path to Becoming a Scuba Diving Instructor video. This is the second video that I'm posting. It's now the 15th of May, and today is the first day that I've been at the dive centre. The dive centre is Canary Island Divers here in Lanzarote. I'll stick a link to their website in the description below, so do check them out. So travelling over here was fairly straightforward, no big problems there. Half an hour delay on flights, things like that, but nothing too out of the ordinary. I did manage to have I'm going to say proper conversation, although I expect people would disagree, proper conversation in Spanish with the taxi driver on the way from the airport. At least I was able to tell him exactly where I needed to go and that it was a house and not a big apartment block or anything like that. So he had questions and I answered them. So that was good. Although I've got an awful long way before I can consider myself even conversationally adept in Spanish, but it's a good start. The apartment's really nice. It's got everything I need, so washing machine, proper cooker, things like that. So it's a good find. It's better than a lot of the apartment hotels that I've stayed in before when here in Lanzarote. It's a better space, so it'll be good for a longer term stay. So my first day at the dive centre, this morning, first thing I did was unpack a load of new goodies. So all of my dive kit was bought and sent directly here. It was a really good thing to do because it was cheaper doing it that way, and I didn't have to worry about transporting it, so no second bag or anything like that on the plane. The downside being that I've not dived with any of it before. While I've tried some of the sizes on to make sure it fit before I came across, I've not actually used any of it, so it's very new, and obviously I haven't been able to get anything set up before I got here, but it's not a problem. So we went out for 2 dives this morning, just me and my instructor, mentor, all-round awesome person, Kat. Hi Kat, if you're watching. So the first dive was pretty much just to get used to the gear, do some weight checks, just fiddle around with some basic stuff, get back in the water, get comfortable with things. It was a really nice dive actually. Saw some barracuda and some cuttlefish, and it was good to get refamiliarised with the area. I've dived here quite a few times before, but this time kind of paying slightly more attention to where things are in relation to each other, the landmarks or sea marks, where the landmarks are in relation to each other, the depths they're at, things like that, which is the kind of thing that I'll need to know for leading dives later on. So that was a really good dive actually. I really enjoyed it. The second dive we did a little bit more kind of fiddling around with weights, just to try and to get that right, get the trim right, trying weights in different places, things like that. But for the second dive, I was leading. So I was given a number of locations and some directions on how to get from one to the next, and had to do my best. We found all of them with no major issues of getting lost or anything, so that was really good. It was really good to do a lead because I've never done anything like that before, and again it helped with more familiarisation of the area. Anyone who's dived Playa Chica before, we started in the bay, we went to the metal grid, then across and down to René's Wreck, back up to the mouth of the bay, and then around the wall to the buoys by the jetty. And then before getting out we did a couple of skills just to kind of get back into the swing of those. So I did a hover, a reg removal and replace, and a mask removal and replace, and although I still have some work to do to get my weighting right and get used to the new gear, but that'll come with time. All the skills were fairly straightforward, so that's a really good thing. For the afternoon, it was back to the dive centre. We looked at some of the dive master course, so what's involved, the different parts, how it's going to be assessed, things like that. Had a good look around the dive centre itself, so where all the kit's stored and how it's arranged, the day-to-day procedures, things like that. Stuff that I'll need to know to help out. we also had a look at the DM crew pack, which contains the instructor manual and the dive master manual. So there's a lot of things in there about PADI standards, about responsibilities and what you can and can't do at different levels as a dive master, and then also some dive theory stuff, physics and buoyancy and all fun stuff like that. And then I went out and got my dive medical, so poked and prodded by a doctor for a little bit, but everything was good, so I'm cleared to dive, which is very good. So it's been a really good first day at the dive centre. I've had a really good time today, and looking forward to tomorrow. So tomorrow in the morning we'll be looking at a couple of presentations. There'll be some day-to-day stuff that just needs doing, so it'll be good to get into the swing of that. And then in the afternoon there's an IDC on at the moment, the instructor development course that I'll be doing in September. But the one that's on at the moment, the candidates are going to be doing their skills. So a skills circuit of a whole load of different stuff. And I'll be there to either observe or possibly film it, depending on what they need me to do. Which is a really good thing, because this is exactly what I'm going to have to do come September. So getting a good look at what's involved now will be really good for then. So thanks for watching this episode. Hopefully I've managed to edit out some of my longer hesitations and issues with talking. Yes, that one was deliberate. And hopefully some of these I'll manage to make a little bit more exciting, so it won't just be me sitting here blathering on. But I'll see what I can do. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.